Oh crap, went too far. Anyway, welcome everyone to a little how to make video. I got a lot of these actually coming out over the next couple days. Because A, there's people that want to see my creations, and B, it's again with the stupid thing that's called this 2K25 cross-gen not being a thing anymore, or cross-platform communications not being a thing anymore. We had to make our own. We had to basically make these videos to show people how we make our creations now, which, in my opinion, is dumb and stupid. But today, like the video title says, I'm going to show you all today how to make the War Dogs, which will be David Finley, Gabe Kidd, Jake Lee, and Drilla Maloney. And I'm even going to show you how to make Evil. Tomorrow, I'll be showing you all how to make Malibu Soya, Alex and Marlon Starks, and a secret creation of mine, which you cannot see on this opening screen because I have him under a different name so that he cannot be seen until Monday. So I was just thanking me for sending him a logo, yes. By the way, this is some of the people I've downloaded so far and aka made. I've downloaded people like Duel the Butcher. I have Ace Austin on here. I don't remember why I downloaded Ace Austin, but I do. Kieran Talway, I made Alex Starks, you got Aaron Anderson, you got Atlantis, Blue Demon. I have a couple of repeats, by the way, on my roster so far, so I gotta go through them and get rid of them and stuff like that. There's Brandon Styles, the new guy, Brandon Styles. This is his newest version of Brandon. He's gone from the blue and white now to the like a yellowish, I don't know, it's more like a yellow-orange color to a white, to more so a yellow. Took me a while to upload this 2K's ass, I know. I got Bruiser Brody now, I got Cameron Jacobs, El Connect is here. I made Chris Maverick, I'll do him on another video. I also have Davey Boy Smith. I have him and Dynamite Kid, by the way. There's Finley, so first I'll teach you David Finley. There's the new Devon that Brandon made, but I'll show you how to make David Finley first. I'm doing this now because I know Wasteland Night 2 will start pretty soon. But this is David Finley's current model. It took me a little bit to make Finley because, again, I had to upload all the images. I had to fix a couple things. I added a few tats to him, by the way. I didn't do that last year. I did not add these tattoos to Finley, but in real life he has tattoos. But, of course, in 2K... Finley's tattoos are not in the game, and I didn't feel like uploading them myself, so... Oh well, who cares? Who cares? So Finley, body-wise, you just want to go with the medium body type here for Finley, so that's the third row, if I remember correctly. And the second one over, Finley is 5'11", for people that don't know. This is actual height and weight, by the height and weight that I got for Finley. He is 5'11", and he is 231 pounds in real life. So that is what you're looking like for David Finley. I made his face. So face for Finley is not hard. It is basically the first face of the second row if you want to do for David Finley. Skin color is the usual skin color for a lot of people. And we'll go into his attires. So for Finley, I have currently... The game No, I was going to say, the game better not crash. I only had the one attire. I do plan on making a second attire later down on the line for David Finley. But I'll start with his current attire. Styles says he's going to record the moves and victory stuff for Cameron Jacobs. Which, again, I have him downloaded. But, again, for people that don't have Next Gen or don't have the game yet, it's going to take a little while for those videos to come out for Brandon, but we'll start with the appearances for Finley. His hair, you want to go with some longer type of hair for David Finley. I believe for the long hair, yeah, this is the one I went for him. He's got longer hair in real life, but none of the hairstyles in this game even come close to that. There are a couple characters I've made on here where the hairstyle is locked behind the island. And again, I don't want to go through doing the island this year unless I really need to. So suck it. WWE 2K25. I'm not doing the island unless I have to. I've only played the 2 minutes of the island, and that was just so that I could friggin' get some paybacks. I'll go over that when I talk about the movesets. But for Finley, this is his long hair. This is, what is it, row 12 or 11. Yeah, this is like row 11 or 12, and it's the first one there. And for Finley, you got to do black hair, of course. And that's it for Finley's hair. Eyes, you want to leave those as brown eyes. Beard. So I went with the full beard this year, which is what he has in real life, and I went with the very first one that you can select on the first row. There are other wrestlers that have that same style or of beard, but are different color. Gabe Kidd, I believe he does have the same as well as Finley, but his is a little different of a color, and plus different sideburns. So this is, yeah, exactly. And there's 2 cases to play the island. I'm not touching the island. For Finley's eyebrows, you want to go a little further down. He does not have very big eyebrows in real life, so you want to find some eyebrows that are not really that big in length or width, and you want to go with the typical eyebrow color for most people. Forgot about the corners this year. There you go. And then other than that, for Finley, like I said, I just added some random tattoos to him, because in real life he has tats. I just went with the Kraken tattoo there for Finley on his left arm, and the right arm I went kind of like that almost like the Goldberg tattoo, but just a couple things added to it. I just enlarged them and made them different. And then, of course, I did not add any body hair to Finley. There's a lot of people on my roster that don't have any body hair, but there'll be some people that do. I'll talk about that later when I get to those creations. So for Finley's regular clothing, of course, his top, I went with the muscle top here, which is, for me, I went with a lot of the muscle tops for a lot of my creations, as it's the easiest one to find. And also, the muscle tops I find are easier to put the damn images on this year than the generic damn tees. Don't know why, but that's 2K for it. And I had the custom image. So if anyone wants these custom images, I have sent them to some people. But if anyone wants these custom images, just put a comment in my video. Or if you have me on Messenger or Discord, send me a message. I will send you the images, because I have all of them saved. But I have the War Dogs image for Finley's shirt. Then for his jacket, I went with this biker-type look for David Finley. And I made sure that was an entrance-only jacket, because in these games, there's a difference. You have jackets and robes and other stuff that can be used only for entrances, and you have ones that are on for both in-ring and out-of-ring. And you can tell by, if I remember correctly, you can tell by a shirt icon. That shirt icon will tell you if it's available to be used in and out of the ring, or just out of the ring. And you can tell by that shirt icon. If it has a shirt icon, it can only be used during an entrance. Finley's not having a great couple of days, yeah, but again, he's building up. He just challenged House of Torture to the Dog Pound cage match. That's going to be interesting. But yes, I have this jacket for Finley. And on the back of David Finley, I put his Boss Dog shirt image on the back. I might upgrade that later in the year to his other one that he has now, but I just prefer that Boss Dog image for David Finley this year. And then all I did after that was just put his wrist tape on. A lot of my wrestlers have wrist tape. But I just went with the black shorter tape, and I made it white for both sides. All I did was just put that version on his left hand and copied it to the right side. Which, again, is the easiest thing to do when it comes to making wrist tape, is you want to have the same wrist tape on both sides. There are some creations that I want to make later that don't have the same wrist tape on both of their hands. So that's going to be a doozy of a pickle. I do the same thing for Booster. That's nice. And then for his lower half, I went with like this, almost looks like a SWAT style type of pants. Last year I went with a different type of pants for Finley, but I prefer the SWAT, almost like gear looking pants for Finley. Here's how Pauline Taylor will go later. I think that's the main event of Part 1. Because the main event of Part 2 tonight's Grits Open Challenge for the MSW World Championship. And then for the belt, I added a belt to David Finley. You can't see it because his shirt is hiding it, but I'll show that off when he doesn't have a shirt on. But I went with this this belt. And I made it like black and white. For his knee pads, you need knee pads for both of them. I want the one that has this design to it. It has like the cup around the knee. There's a few wrestlers in real life that do have that type of knee pads, but I added with Finley because, in my opinion, it's easier to put images on your knee pads in this game if you have like a cup or an extra protection on your knee pad. And for the knee pads for Finley, I went same with his shirt and jacket. I went with the Boss Dog logo on one of them, and I added the War Dog logo on the other. I do that for a lot of my creations when it comes to my knee pads. I add stuff to their knee pads. In real life, they do have little images and stuff on their knee pads. Paul's want to absolutely run his mouth. There you go. And for the boots, I just went with the typical looking kind of SWAT gear type boots. Just because it's the same ones I went with in 24. I like the look for Finley. You know, you gotta make him a boss. You gotta make him look like an absolute badass. Well, this is just his entrance gear. And then you have his in-ring gear. So like I said about the belt, you guys didn't see the belt earlier, but this is the belt I went with. It's like let me put the camera here on that. Because God forbid we can't zoom into his friggin' belt buckle in game. But this is the belt I went with for David Finley. It has the little antlers and deer head on the front of it, and it has like this, almost like a snake wrap around it. And of course, just want to go with the black and white. You want the white logo, you want the black belt for David Finley. Can I put back the camera to where it was earlier? I don't think I need to see that image of David Finley. There you go. But this is just my first version of Finley. I changed my creations throughout the year a lot. There's only one of them you're going to see later here in the video that I'll be changing a lot. Almost like a cowboy. Yeah, that's kind of like I made Finley this year. And then, of course, for your personal information, David Finley. Let me see here, name information. Oh, I don't know, just David Finley, and then I add the Rebel to his presentation name. Yeah, exactly. There you go, Devin. Main menu pose, I don't really frig with the main menu poses, but that's the one I have. You can put whatever pose you want on them. Crowd reactions. Now, last year, for 24, I had the boo on for his crowd reaction. Since then, the crowd reception of the War Dogs have changed a lot, so I put the cheer of the reaction on him, and then for the balance, I put a mix, because really not every crowd cheers him. So it's a mix between both boos and cheers for Finley, and I made him an egotistical person, which in real life, that's what he is. And then for his hometown, it's just Ireland, okay? You can't put just Ireland for hometown in this game. You know, you can only do Bray County or whatever is on there. And then for his crowd signs, I actually have crowd signs made for some of these guys. So I just put the War Dog logo on there, and I wonder if my crowd sign for the other one went through. No, it didn't. Oh well, I don't care. But I just went with the full War Dogs one here, then I added an extra one that I had for my other creation. And yeah, I got a lot of custom crowd signs this year. Either because they're oh god, choking here. Either because they're from creations I made or creations that other people made, which I think is cool. I kind of like that this year. Yeah, for now they are. That's just David Finley for now. And if you want fighting style, if I remember correctly, I made him a striker, if I remember correctly. A lot of my first creations I made striker only. There's a few that made technicians. I made Evil and Drilla a powerhouse, but that's Finley. Save and complete. Yes, I know. Thank you, game. I don't have to do that all the time. That is David Finley. I'll go through the victory motions and move sets and all of that after I'm done showing you how to make everyone first. Just because that's how I like to do it. Oh, and yes, and I forgot. You have to go back from the main menu again. Thanks, 2K. We'll show you. See, here's one of the duplicates I have. I have 2 Dr. Wagner Jr.'s. I have to fix that. I'll show you Drill Maloney next. You have a bunch of Markiplier stuff? 2K says, yes, dude. 2K kissed my ass. But here's Maloney. Looking different than I had last year, because I made some changes to him from 24 to 25. That's because he's changed a lot since 2K24 came out. I'll say that for sure. And this is Mr. Drilla Maloney, face-wise, all the way down to the bottom, and it's the last row. Yeah, he has no more long hair this year. He's gotten rid of the long hair, both in real life and in game. And his body this year. You gotta make this man look ripped, because in real life he's a friggin' ripped dude. I made him 210 pounds, and in real life he's 5'10 and a half, which I made sure he was 5'10 and a half. And I made sure he's 210 pounds, because in real life he's an open weight wrestler, which means he can wrestle both juniors and heavyweights. So I made sure he was one of those type of guys in this year's games. I wish there was a feature for open weight people in 2K games, but no, it's just cruiserweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight and super heavyweights. This isn't boxing 2K. You don't need friggin' big, huge weight class stuff. All you need is just juniors, heavies, and open weights. That's all you need. It's just wrestling 2K. It's not like you're making a friggin' fighting game or a boxing game. Blaze says roids. No, Blaze. But I also have changed his entrance tire, because in this game, the one I had from last year is not in the game this year. That's the same problem with Gabe Kidd. Both Gabe and Drilla's robes are not in 2K25. So I just used this one. It's kind of like one that Cody uses almost. But for his appearance, you want to go with the short hair. So basically, if you want the short hair Maloney, just go to the top of the all page and just go to the third one. And you want to go black hair for Maloney, because this is almost what he has in real life. Except in real life, his hair is just a little bit further down from the top. But in 2K, you don't have that. What I have before in 2K? So the hair I had before in 2K, he had some friggin' long-ass hair. His hair went below his shoulders in 24. And this year, his hair it doesn't even go below his ears. Which is what I like. His robe, so the robe I went was like almost I think it was a DLC one I went with. I don't remember the exact, if it was first in the game or not. I think it's one of the DLC ones I went with in 24. Again, I tried to find it in 25, but I couldn't. I guess it was probably part of someone that's not in the game this year. But that's okay. Brown eyes as always. And then for the full beard, just like David Finlay, you want to go at the top. Well, you want to go with the first pick, just like with Finlay. And then for his eyebrows, they're just the second row in the first selections there. And then for his tats, in real life he does have tattoos. But of course, they're not in the game, and I don't feel like doing images for every single one of them, so I just made the Japanese ones. For his left arm, I actually made it white, and for the right arm, I kept the black. I think it's just cooler that way. Another thing also you can't do in this game, but in real life, Maloney has tattoos on his hands, but of course in 2K, you can't do that. You can't put tattoos on people's hands. Another thing that other games do a lot better than 2K. Shut up, 2K. I'm not backing out of the game here. Now we'll go to what he is with his entrance attire. I don't remember if I have it under... Yeah, I have it upper body. The only thing that changed about my guy was clothes. Yeah, Devin had a complete overhaul. Yeah, that's true. But there's Finley's jacket / robe. Again, I looked throughout the whole jackets and high collared stuff. Couldn't find the one from last year. So I just went with this one. More high class, more about that life. Which, again, I didn't make this Maloney as what he is currently. I made it more based off Wrestle Kingdom Drill Maloney than I do his current day. I have an itch, by the way. Hold on. So basically, I went with the most, frat boyish, screw you, I spend lots of money and get all the hoes type of look here when it comes to his robe. 2K says just do it. 2K can kiss my ass. But yeah, I went with this type of robe. All like the shiny effects to it, diamonds and everything. And then I went with the white for his colors. And silver. Yeah, I had to change Evil this year. Not only because his hair's changed, but his actual robes and stuff changed this year. And then for Maloney, it won't show it on his entrance gear, but I went with the wrist tape on the upper hands. And then for his features, I'm going to get out of his entrance gear to show you the lower half. But yeah, so I went with the wrist tape on his actual wrists instead of the hands this year. And then for his lower half, I just used the wrestling trunks. I use these like second row, second selection here with the. I don't know if you call what color do you call that, by the way? Like a pinkish purple. I don't know what to call that color. Yeah, very evil, nice styles. And then for his image, they don't have the image that I used last year, so I just went with the dragon head because that's a reference to his victory over Shindo Takagi in February. So I put the dragon right along the crotch there almost. God, oh, God, there you go, Devin. Knee pads, I use different knee pads this for not Finley, for Maloney than Finley. I just went with the ones I used last year. So, of course, second row, last selection do here, and I put the War Dog logo on both sides of the knee pads. And then for his boots, I just went with like a Macho Man, almost like looking boots, with the almost like a silver white color almost. I don't know if you call that white or silver. I'm calling that white because his trunks are silver. That's Maloney for you right there. That's the version that I made this year. Of course, way different than last year, because last year he had long hair. This is short hair. Again, name. Oh, what is this? The name information. Oh, yeah, just Drill Maloney. And then, of course, Drill Maloney's not in the presentation, so I just call him the Punisher. Main menu pose, don't care. I just did whatever one. Now, unlike Finley, as you see, I have cheer on both the reaction of the crowd and crowd balance, because since 24 in Wrestle Kingdom, he's been cheered. Him, Gabe, Clark, they all been getting a lot of cheers. Finley, not as much, but most of the dogs get a lot of cheers. So I kept the cheer on both sides for Maloney. And then for his personality, I went with aggressive, because that man is an aggressive wrestler. Yes, he is. Kobashi, yeah, there you go. And for his hometown, of course, you can go with the country, England, but again, his actual hometown is not in the game. So I just went with Birmingham, England. Because 2K apparently does not know other places in England than just a few places. And then for the crowd signs, just went with the War Dogs ones. And then, of course, fighting style. I made him a powerhouse, okay? Because in real life, this man is a powerhouse. He can lift people. A reason why he's a Shockwave champion, yes, he is. He's fighting Andre. I think this week coming up, I think he fights Andre. Anyway, that's Maloney. I don't care, 2K. I have everything saved. Now we have to go back out to the menu and back out to here again. So thanks, 2K. I'm going to go Evil last. So Evil's going to be the last person I talk about, because Evil's got the most changes. And this is Gabe Kidd. This is a shorter-haired Gabe Kidd. The face is, of course, again, what I do with my iterations is, I go with the most basic of faces. I don't use any of the face images or photo captures or anything. So whatever I can find is whatever I can do. This is Gabe. So I went the third row for Gabe's face texture. And for his body and weight, just the final row on medium, got to make him look jacked. And I made him the same weight and same height as he is in real life. He's 6 foot tall in real life, and he's 236 pounds. He's a big boy, that's sure. Yeah, again, I hate freaking photo capturing. And you want to go with some pretty white skin for Gabe. And yeah, and you're going to see with Gabe, he's changed too. And in 24, he had just tights on. In 25, he does not have tights. He has boxy shorts. But here is Gabe's entrance attire. So again, with Maloney, I had to change his robe because in 24, I used Drew Gulak's robe as his actual robe. So on this one, since Gulak's not in it, I just use one of Chad Gable's. And then, of course, with Gabe's robe, I just put a shirt on there, just the regular ass shirt, put his image on there. I put the blue-eyed samurai that he uses in real life on his shirt. And of course, for the robe, I just went with this one that's an entrance-only robe. Made it black and silverish. I didn't remove the Chad Gable thing, because, hey, look, I don't mind Chad Gable. His storylines might be stupid today, but I don't mind him in real life. So that's Chad Gable's. That is Chad Gable's robe. Poor Drew Gulak. He was a Mattel legend. Yeah, true. He was a Mattel legend. That is Gabe's entrance look. I'm going to show you his appearance. I didn't do that beforehand. Short hair. You want to go with short ass hair for Gabe Kidd, and for the color of the hair, I actually made it the same color that he has in real life. So like a blondish type of hair for Mr. Gabe. And then I went with blue eyes because in real life he has blue eyes. Oh my god, can you believe it? I went with blue eyes for someone that has blue eyes. And then for his facial hair, for his mustache, I went with this one here for Gabe's mustache. So this is, I'm going to zoom the camera in. So that's what I have for his mustache. And then for his goatee, I added one of the lower ones that covers up a little bit of the chin, but not really. And then I added some sideburns to him, like there and there. Chad's a great heel. I agree with that part. I like Chad Gable. I didn't add any tattoos or anything. It's actually... Oh, no, I did. Hold on. I added one tattoo to him, because in real life he has a tattoo on one of his knees. Then, of course, just like with Maloney and Finley, they don't have the tattoo in the game, so I didn't want to go through that struggle, but I went with one of the demon tattoos on his knee and made it like a silver color. But for any Orton faces Nick Aldis, that'd be sick. I wouldn't mind that. That is Gabe's entrance attire. We'll show you his in-ring attire, because that's changed. The only thing that hasn't changed about Gabe Kidd and some of his stuff is his wrist tape. I kept the same wrist tape as before with Gabe Kidd. Yeah, basically a platinum blonde military buzz cut. Yep, that's what I went with for Gabe's hair. So just with this wrist tape here for Gabe, so it's just the second one you'll see on all. Made it white, that type of thing. Now his trunks. His trunks have changed a lot. In 24, he did not have this type. He had the trunks. And I put the War Dogs logo and his Madman symbol on those last year. This year, he's got the boxing shorts on. For now, I just have the War Dog logo on it. I'm going to add some different logos to it throughout the game's lifespan, because I plan on putting the line mark symbol on there from when he fought Kenny Omega. He hasn't worn these trunks very much since his match with Omega. But I wanted to put those trunks on Gabe, because in my opinion, I think he should keep those on for most of 2025, just as that match with Omega was really good. And then knee pads, went with the ones that had the cups on them, just almost like Finley's, but not really. And then I added the War Dog logo on his right pad, and on the left pad I put his Madman on that side. And then for his boots, I just went all the way down to row 4 and went over the third selection. Of course, made them black and with the white laces, just like he does in real life. He has those taller boots, and he's got white laces on them. Yeah, Jade's pretty nice. Omega and Gabe is the match of the year still. Yeah, that was good, but there's been a few good matches. I like Clark and Desperado. That was a good hardcore match. There's one from MLW that was pretty good, too. And now we gotta do the usual, the name information. Gabe's the only one that can do his actual name so far. Just Gabriel Kidd. And then I put War in front of it because, just like in New Japan, War Ready, Gabe Kidd, that type of thing. And in 2K, there isn't just Gabe. You had to put Gabriel, because apparently 2K does not know how to shorten names anymore. And then just like with Maloney, I put cheers on both sides. And in real life, he is cheered a lot more. Put aggressive personality trait, and he is from England. But again, just like Maloney and Finley, their actual hometowns are not in the game. So you either just have to settle for England or not. There you go. And then for his crowd signs, I just went with the War Dogs, one for two of them, and the Blue-Eyed Samurai for the others. And of course, for his fighting style, I just went with the Striker. Well, that is Gabe Kidd. And it's Monsieur Gabe Kidd right there. Yes, 2K, do not care. I didn't save anything. Shut up, 2K. Now we get to the guy that's actually went through a decent amount of changes. I have not perfected the face yet for Evil, but this is just my rough face for Evil. But he does keep something from 24, and that's his eyeshadows. I put the eyeshadow back on Evil. I was not originally going to do that for Evil, but I did do it for this year for Evil. This is just the face I went with for Evil for now. Like I said, just a rough draft of the face. I plan on changing it, but I just went with that for now. Alright, for Evil, you want to go with this type. So a little bit of the gut showing there for Evil. He did have a good night last night, that's true. So I went with a little bit with the gut showing for Evil. And I went with the same height and weight that he is in real life. He is 5'10" in real life and 234 pounds, which, for my surprise, I'm surprised that Evil is only 5'10". Maybe all the house torture had a good night last night. Then I have his attires. Evil's the first guy so far of these ones I've made that has two attires. If the game will load, that would be nice. Okay, there you go. So, for Evil's two attires, one of them has the Bullet Club one on it. The other one has the other House Torture logo on it, and I'll talk about that later. Yeah, true. You're right there. Blaze says, make me or else, Blaze, shut up. Now we go for Evil's appearances. His hair, I actually went with a longer hair this year for Evil. In 24, I had the ponytail version of Evil. This year, I have a longer hair version of Evil. I get Booster 2 stars. I get Booster 0 stars, as he's Booster. Blazes or what? Shut up then, Michael Blaze. You don't talk like an idiot, don't. Eyes just kept him brown, and then for his beard, just like Gabe and Finley and Drilla, or not Gabe, but for Finley and Drilla, I went with this first beard and everything, which, funny enough, is actually Evil's real beard in real life. That is his actual beard. Yeah, exactly. There you go. He almost has Drilla's hair from last year. Now for his eyebrows. You gotta do it short, so I went with the first one up top. I kept his eyelash on there. Yeah, I actually added eyelash to Evil this year. And then I have his eye makeup from last year. It started as purple last year, then I changed it to black. Now it's just going to stay as black. Oh, for Booster, there you go. So that is Evil's just appearance. Now for his clothing. This is the robe this year for Evil. His robe from last year is not in the game this year. So I went with this robe. So one of Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness robes I went with for Evil this year. And I kind of made it more modernized for what Evil uses now. So I got the black for his chest plate, the black cape, the red shoulder pads. Of course, in 2K, you can't switch the colors halfway on the shoulder pads or anything like that. So I had to go full red on the shoulder pads than what he does in real life. Phone keyboard, yeah, there you go. And then I'm going to show you Evil's look without the chest plate on it, or the robe that he has. And so for Evil's shirt, I went with this one here for Evil, which is the same one I usually use for the others. And I added the newest House of Torture image on his shirt for this one. I put the House of Torture is Real Bullet Club logo on it. And then I added Everything is Evil on the back of the shirt. Bloody bastards. There you go, Styles. And then Evil's the first guy I have elbow pads on. So I use elbow pads for Evil. And I kept it black for Evil this year. Just went these ones for Evil. And then for his hands, I added his wrist tape, his black wrist tape, which is the third in the first row, third selection. And then his nails, I added back his black nails from last year. He keeps the nail polish, and I even added his rings. Yeah, I even added his finger rings on there as well. I went with the 3 rings instead of just 2 from last year, so I actually upgraded his rings from last year. And then his pants. I went with like a Judgment Day almost like look for Evil this year for his pants. Alright, 2K, stop being a menace to society. There you go. So I went with this for his pants. Kept the black, added some silver to it. And then I put the... And then watch this. When I do his knee pads, I had the same knee pads on there as Gabe. But I put one of them as black and one of them as purple. So I do for some of the other members of House Torture. And then for his boots, you gotta have something like what I have here. You gotta go with like some almost, not really knee-high, but close to his knee-length boots with the purple laces. Branson's parents have a 16 Pro? There you go. Holy crap, man. Yes, 2K, I'm resetting the changes. I don't care. So you just want to go with black and purple for his pants. Or trunks, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll go to his second attire. So for Evil's second attire, I took off his eye makeup. For his shirt, I added the other House of Torture logo. I switched the colors up on both his elbows, his elbow pads, and his wrist tape to purple. Switched the rings on his fingers to red. For his pants, I kept the same pants, but switched the colors to red and purple. I switched his knee color pads to red and purple, and then I added purple and red to his boots. That's usually what I do to House Torture. It's either I go, for one attire, it's black and purple, and the other one's black and red, or they just go all white. Again, sadly, the President Evil attires are not here right now. So sadly, for people that liked the President Evil look for House Torture, and this year, sorry folks, why is this crowd balance like that? 2K, did you switch something up on me? Thanks, 2K. And you have his name stuff, just Evil, and then I made the manifestation for his president, for his announcement name, because Evil is not a name in 2K. 2K, stop screwing this up. There you go. Disrespectful. You want to go with Japan as his hometown, because his hometown in the game is not in the game. And you want to do House Torture for his signs, and he's a powerhouse for his fighting style. No, 2K, do not want to upload it. Shut up. So that is all those guys. Oh, no, I have to do Jake Lee. Sorry, I have to do Jake Lee. I did not do Jake Lee yet. Lee, in my opinion, is one that I definitely have to do a little bit better on, because his face is not what I want it to be. But again, I can't do anything about that, as that's 2K, and it's friggin' stupidity. This is Jake Lee right now, and for Lee, sadly, again, his face, I gotta fix that, because 2K really frigged me this year at Jake Lee. I feel like the only way you can get a good Jake Lee face this year is if you do a photo capture. I don't want to do that. So sorry, Jake. But anyway, I'll go with Jake Lee's body type. You want to go with like Maloney. You want to make him ripped, and then for his height and weight, you want to go 6'3.5", because in real life he's actually 6'3.5", and he's 231 pounds. Why me? Because it's 2K. 2K is just ass. But I did get the hair right, so that's something I'm happy about. I got his hair and goatee right. So you want to go with this type of hair for Lee. So a little bit of a longer hair for Jake Lee this year. Because you suck ass. No, 2K, it's just your game's terrible. Brown eyes. Then with the goatee this year, I went with the actual real-life Jake Lee's goatee, which is this. In real life, that's his actual goatee. Other than that, I didn't really do much for Lee. I did change his eyebrows a little bit this year from last year. Now look at this. Here's your entrance attire for Lee. I gave him the Uncle Howdy hat. Because again, in this game, there are no top hats in the game. So instead, you just have to go with the Uncle Howdy one. So, because 2K hates all of us. And then his robe. I went with one of Gunther's, by the way, for his robe. So, you just go with one of Gunther's for his robe this year. Oh, and yes, by the way, this is not in his actual, in-ring look, but I gave him his Smart Bastard t-shirt, so I just gave him one of the basic black shirts, and I added the Smart Bastard logo to his t-shirt. Again, I don't have that for his in-ring gear, because in real life he takes it off, so... yeah. Cracker Barrel, there you go. Alright, now we'll go over Jake Lee's actual in-ring attire. The only thing I added to his upper part was his wrist tape, because he uses wrist tape in real life. Kind of like the shorter wrist tape for Mr. Jake Lee, and for his... excuse me. For his pants, this is the ones I went with this year. They have a little bit of a belt at the top of the pants. Look at why he hates Cracker Barrel. It's Macau. Macau always has to hate something that a lot of people like. Made the pants all brown, and then for his boots, I just went with these ones here. A little shorter boots this year for Jake Lee. I actually shortened his boots from last year's game. You want to go all black for Jake Lee. Oh my god, look, 2K. I actually saved something. Can you believe it? Alright, now then you want to go for his personals. Of course, Jake Lee. Again, just like Gabe and Drilla, you want to do cheers for Jake Lee. And unlike the other War Dog members, you want to make him prideful. He's a prideful type guy. Japan, of course, is his hometown, because in game they don't have his hometown. And you want to go with the War Dog logo for Jake Lee. And Jake Lee, I made him a technician, by the way, for people who do not know. Macau hates everything. It's Macau, man. He's always doing a trap on something that everyone likes. And then I'll go over the entrances for everyone. Unless 2K messed that up. I swear to God, if 2K messed up the entrances, I'm going to kill them. Because I did all the entrance changes and everything last night. And they better not messed me up. Okay, they didn't, thank God. Alright, I'm just going to go through the motion of the ocean here without copyright or anything like that. Even though I had the music turned off. Finley, I went with Rich Hollins. Because in last year's game, he had Rich Hollins. This year, he keeps Rich Hollins. Drilla, just like last year, Tommaso Ciampa. For Evil, just like last year, I made the Kane entrance for him. Now, Gabe's the only one that I changed. I switched Gabe's up this year. Because I used the Kaiju Killer, so that's the Samoan Joe entrance with his. I switched his music to the War Raider stuff. And then at the very end of his entrance, I changed him when he's in the ring to Kevin Nash. So I kind of switched up Gabe's entrance this year. And then Lee, I also made an entrance custom for Jake Lee. So I made the Undertaker's entrance, his intro and stage, and then for the rest I made the Dire Intentions. Even the default stuff, and even the Japanese Patriot for his entrance stuff this year. And we're going to Victory. I was sick of seeing Seth Rollins on my friggin' main entrance, or my main menu stuff. Alright, we'll go through the victories here. David Finley's just got the Dire Intentions. Not really changing much for Finley there. Maloney, I gave him Finn Balor's, I believe, this year. Yeah, I gave Maloney Finn Balor's. I just think that Finn Balor's entrance in Victory is good for him this year. You what? Yeah, I said it, 2K. I hate seeing Seth Rollins' face. Evil, I actually gave him Wade Barrett's stuff, actually, funny enough. I won't go talk about that. And Gabe, I gave him Kevin Nash's. And Jake Lee, I gave him the Disruptor for this year. Now we come to the fun part, the movesets. 2K, if you switched my freaking movesets, I'm going to kill you. Let's start with David. Get boosted the same motion, that's fine. I'm going to say, if 2K mixed up any of these, I'm going to kill them. Okay, they didn't. Good. And what about the paybacks? Alright, I'll talk about paybacks, because I had to do this last night, and this killed me. I had to unlock some of these paybacks last night just by playing the island and making someone and deleting someone. That took an extra 2 to 3 minutes just off of trying to get these things, because the cutscene is forever, and you can't skip it sometimes. But anyway, for Philly's paybacks, I actually made him 100 overall. Resiliency first, and the bully payback for a second. I had to freaking unlock some of these paybacks. That was a pain in the ass. And the bully payback's one of the ones you have to unlock. Same with the ref bump, and same with the adrenaline rush. And then for his moves, for Finley, kept the body punch, spear, and the right kick. Striker for first combos. I used a bell clap, a rolling elbow, and a snap mirror elbow drop for his heavies. Alright, grappling time. You want to go for the lights, a stiff forearm, a half-and-half suplex 3, a gun wrench suplex 4, gore buster 1, and a neck lock suplex. For his heavies, an arm wrench clothesline, a belly-to-belly 1, a cross line, a knee smash, and the hangman's neck breaker 4, and for his running, it's just the bro kick 2, the running knee lift 4, and the face breaker knee smash. There's always switching my paybacks. I know, I hate that. Alright, for his behind rear stuff, just spiceful knee strike 2. His light behind grapples are rear forearm smash, a back drop suplex 3, the Russian leg sweep ground punches, back suplex face buster 2, and the ripcord knee strike. And for his heavy grapples, the rear European uppercut, German suplex 3, half-half suplex 2, the electric chair drop, and shin breaker 1. And the running is just forearm smash, clothesline, yeah, yada yada. I kind of switched a little bit of his carries, just went with the alley-oop, the fireman's carry slam 2, and the shin breaker 1. That type of stuff. Switched up some of his foot catches to the clothesline, forearm smash, the box grab 4, and the shove back. I don't remember if I changed the leverage pins. No, I didn't. All because I didn't put them in universe. I know. Alright, ground moves. For his upper ones, the soccer ball kick 1, ground punch 1, rapid fire curve stomps. Sides are mounted punches 3, the arm stomp 1, the head smash. The lowers, the kick to the back 1, the hamstring crusher, leg stomp. I didn't do anything with the running stuff. And then for his, what is this, the face down ones? I want to go with the running knee strike 5, the wrench clutch kicks, there you go, and the knee drop 10. Side, you want the stomps in the forearm, the stomp in the arm, the step kick 2. And the lower back, the curve stomps, the surfboard leg breaker, and the knee stomp 2. Thanks 2K, lazy bums, I know. Corner attacks. Yeah, you're going through a lot. Body blow 3, back elbow strikes 2. The corner forearm, the one where he rubs in the forearm in your face. The face smash into boot, the rolling elbow, the running knee lift 5. Corner clothesline run, and the clothesline bulldog. And then for the rear attacks, the forearm smash, the double axe handle, the toss in the ring post, the eye rake, rebound suplex, the jumping knee strike. And for the top ropes, you want to go with the shove and the superplex. And for the rears, you want to go with the German suplex and the half and half. And then for the seated, you just want to go face wash, foot press, and knees, and the face wash too. Alright, for the ropes, you want to go with the body punch, the jumping knee strike, the wrecking ball drop kick, the rope assistant stomp, the stun gun, and the clothesline. And then Irish whips, I went with those. The rebounds, the elbow strike, the gut buster, the back body drop, the pullbacks I didn't do anything with. SIGs. Alright, we're going to SIGs now. Spear 4. You want to go with the Irish Curse and the Dominator 2. And the outsides, you want to go with the Spear 4 and the Dominator 1. And for its finishers, the Gore Buster GTS, which is the overkill, and the Powerbomb 8, which is the same ones I had from last year. Hopefully I can join CTL. Shut up there, Mr. 2K. And his range sides are, again, the same as his finishers. And then the only other ones I actually changed are his taunts, which for the most of these guys don't see today. I basically just switched it to like some of the Kevin Owens and Kevin Nash type of stuff. That is David Finlay. Definitely showing up, I know. It's going to be sad to see that. Going with Maloney next. We'll go with the Shockwave Wrestling Champion. Maloney's the only one that didn't have to put a payback to that's not unlocked. You want to go with the Resiliency one and the Rage. And then attribute scores will make that 100. Alright, we'll go to his moves, because this is where it gets fun for Maloney. C-Nation Punch 3-1, and then you want to go with Body Punch, the left one. Powerhouse for his combos. His heavies are the Gun Punch 2, the Hammer Fist, and the Discus Elbow combo. His grapples, the light, you want to go with the Sidewalk Slam 2, the Suplex Toss 2, the Toss, or the Throw. Power Slam and the Pendulum Backbreaker, and for his heavies, Military Press Drop, Cross-Legged Michinoku Driver, Stalling Suplex, the Fallaway Slam, and the Alabama Slam. And then just for his runnings, Clothesline 9, the Shoulder Tackle, and the Neck Breaker. The rear ones are the Axe Handle for the heavy attacks. Yeah, that's why you gotta always do a custom moveset with them. Lights are Back Suplex, the Release Back Suplex, the Electric Chair Face Buster, the Oscar, and Torture Rack Slam. And for the heavies, the Rear Chest Strike, the Inverted Scoop Slam, Backbreaker 6, Back Suplex Powerbomb, the Full Nelson Bomb. And for his runnings, you want to go with that NC Lariat 2, the Rear Clothesline, and the Sleeper Slam. And now ground, upper ones. Outlaw Stomp, Discus Punch 2, and Deadlift Power Slam. Sides is Tidal Wave, Arm Stomp, Chokehold. Lower is the Running Elbow Drop, the Heel Hook Stretch, and the Leg Toss. And for the down ones, go away 2K. Upper, you under the Foot Press Head Stomp, Discus Punch 3, and the Sit-Out Power Bomb. Sides, you under the Flex and Stomp, the Stomp of the Arm, the Deadlift Power Bomb. And the lower is under the Ankle Crusher, Knee Smash, the Wheelbarrow Flapjack. Go to the corners. In the front, the lean in the front, you want to go to the overhead punch, clothesline, corner-to-corner buckle smash, left throw 4, inverted Alabama slam 2, corner running cross body. Then you want to go to the drop kick 1, and then the avalanche splash and the cross body combo. And the rear overhead punch, double axe handle, toss the ring post, snake eyes, rebound suplex, and clothesline. And the top rope moves are just the superplex and the buckle post backbreaker. That's a tongue twister. And the rear on the top rope is the back suplex and the tornado bomb. Seated is the stomp and choke, the backbreaker combo, and the knee strike. And by the way, we're getting there. And the ropes, you want to go with the leanings, just the head punch 1, the axe bomber, the rip rope scoop slam, the lifts, and the fallaway smash. Alabama Slam 1 in the basement drop kick. Irish Curse, not Irish Curse, the Irish Whip, pop-up penalty kick, pop-up and uppercut, and the one-handed spine buster. Pullbacks are just the clothesline and the power slam. I didn't do anything with the apron this time around. Sigs, drop kick 2, or drop kick 3, the middle rope knee drop 2, and the fisherman's buster. He does not have the brain buster this year, by the way. And the ringside moves, the dropkick 3 and the Fisherman's Buster 2. And for his finishers, you need to do it either way. I have it, Gonzo Bomb or Mater Driver. That could be either 1 or 2. And the Spear 3, so that's one of the spears in the corner. I did whatever one looked like the gore. That's what you want to do with the spear. And then ringside one of the Gonzo Bomb and Spear 11. So that, of course, you can't do corner moves outside. And then for his taunts, just like with just like I did with Finlay, a lot of Kevin Owens and Kevin Nash. A lot of Kevin Nash. I believe what I did was just after I did his finishers and other moves, I just went to the copies from Superstar and just put the rest with Kevin Nash. So that's Maloney. Alright, we'll do Gabe next, and then I'll do Lee, and then I'll do Evil as the final one. Gabe's Payback, just like Finley, I had to freaking download it. Resiliency and then the Adrenaline Rush. Of course, 100% overall. And here comes Gabe Kid. So for Gabe, his attacks, you want to go with Body Punch, Knee, Spear, the Jab 2, combos, the Brawler, Heavy Attacks, the Backhand Chops, the Palm Strike and Overhead Chop, and the Short Arm Chops. Light, and here's his grapples. The light, you want to go with the Step Kick, the half hatch knee strikes, Fury Punch, Forearm Basement Haymaker, and the Gut Kick Forearm Smash. It's heavies, the rapid fire gut punches, Scoop Slam Punch, mounted palm strikes, knee smash, and takedown punches. And it's one with the Big Boot 12, the forearm smash, and the takedown punches for his runs. And from the rear, headlock punch, and then you want to go with the light grapples, or the headlock punch, 3, belly back penalty kick, Russian leg sweep, ground punches, backbreaker, elbow drop, combo, and the reckoning. And for the heavy attacks, the rear uppercut, the German suplex, dragon suplex, backdrop suplex, and Saito suplex. Mr. J says, I have a better moveset? No. Let me see here. Ground moves. So for his ground moves, now you want to go with uppers are soccer ball kick, grounded punch, rapid fire curve stomps, sides of the mounted punches, knee drop, arm breaker, and head smash, and the lowers are the kick to the back, elbow drop, knee strike, and the leg stomp. And for the face down ones, running knee strike, discus punch, basement punches, side, you want to go with stomps and forearm, arm bar stretch, and the arm bar stretch. I know, did the same move for 2 of them. And for the lower, the curve stomps, the elbow drop, and the knee stomp. Corner moves. On the front, a jab, a corner forearm sledge, the violence party, the corner Muay Thai knee strikes, the headlock punch, the corner clothesline 1. I did 4 for the light, by the way, and then I did the clothesline back elbow combo. For the rear, forearm smash, double axial, the chaos theory, chicken wing snake eyes, rebound suplex, and jumping knee attack. For the top rope moves, on the front, the shove and the front lock superplex, and the rear, German suplex and Captain's hook. Oh, and for seated, back stomps, double axe handle, and forearm smash. The rope, body punch, jumping knee strike, back suplex, rope hunt knee strikes, beats the bell, I don't know what they call that, but that, and the cactus clothesline. His Irish whip moves, the rebound gut punch, the pop-up fastball punch, and the snapdragon suplex. And then pullbacks, the chop and belly. His SIGs, here we go. SIGs, the headbutt 4, the bicycle knee strike 3, and the double underhook suplex, or double underhook slam. And for his ringside moves, I went the clothesline 2 and the headbutt. Did 2K take out one of the moves? Yeah, 2K did take out one of the moves. This is signature 4 I had as the clothesline 2. You assholes. Yeah, so by the way, for signature 4, it's clothesline 22. But 2K took it out. And for the finishers, set out cradle pile driver and the gut wrench powerbomb 4. Same with the ringside one. Same one about the gut wrench powerbomb 1. And then for the rest, I just went with the taunts. Stone Cold 1, the Fire Up 12, Kevin Nash 3, Kevin Nash 4. And then for the corners, just went the arm raise and stuff like that. That's Gabe Kidd. Damn it, 2K, I know. We're almost done. We got Evil and Jake Lee. I want to check Jake Lee out, because I think they frigged him up. I want to see if they frigged up Jake Lee. Did they screw up Jake Lee? Okay, no, they didn't, but they screwed up his attributes. I'm going to change his attributes. Hold on. 2K messed up the attributes. Thanks, 2K, you asshole. I'll show you his paybacks, because I got to do that as well now. I got to fix his paybacks. Thanks, 2K, for being an asshole. As I saved this last night, but I guess 2K didn't save it for me. Then we'll do Evil as the final one, then we'll end the video, and we'll probably be watching Wasteland. Anyway, paybacks are the resiliency. And then I just wanted to rage for his. I also used paparazzi for him at one point. Anyway, oops. That was a hiccup in the wrong direction. 2K, shut up. Alright, now for his moves. Typical moves for this here. Combo chains. Brawler. And by the way, I did not go with Brawler 3 for his final combo with 2. Heavy attacks, arm wrench clothesline, palm strike, knee, jumping knee strikes combo. And spinning back elbow 2. And then for his light grapples, suplex 7, half and half suplex. Gun wrench suplex, doorbuster, Michinoku driver. Heavies, arm wrench knee strike, belly belly, capture suplex, DDT and the atomic drop. And runnings are the big boots, forearm smash, and the face breaker knee smash. And the rears, bicycle knee strike 2, and the light grapples are the rear forearm smash, backbreaker, Russian leg sweep, Tonga twist, ripcord knee strike. Heavies are the atomic drops. I got both the first and second. Same with the German suplexes at the first and second, and then I used the first German suplex again. See, I'm beating 2K at their own game here when it comes to creating move sets. Okay, for ground moves on the face up one, soccer ball kick, ground punch, neck crank, sides, mounted punches, arm stomp, armbar stretch. The lower, you want to go with the kick to the back, the foot DDT, and the figure 4 leg snap. And for the face down, for the upper, knee drop, distance punch 2. Side, the grounded right hook, the hammerlock arm breaker, and the leg drop arm breaker. And for the lower, ankle crusher, cloverleaf, and the knee stomp 2. And for the corners, for the front, kick, funk it, corner knee lifts, the corner up kick, misdirection clothesline, running back elbow, corner clothesline, the jumping body splash, and for the rear, forearm smash, double axe handle, the toss to the ring post, final cut, rebound suplex, and the clothesline, and then for the top rope, for the front, the shove, and the super choke slam, and for the rear, just both German suplexes. And for the CD, you just want to do the face wash, flapjack face wash. Alright, the ropes, and then leaning on the ropes, body punch, axe bomber, top rope choke, leg lock, big boot. I'm kind of like beating down the system here for 2K with all these like same moves for people. For the Irish whip, for the rebound, you want it with the leg lariat, pop-up backbreaker, pop-up German suplex. So for the pullbacks, kitchen sink, neck breaker. Sigs, you want to go choke slam 6, the over-the-moon moonsault, and the armbar leg lock. And you want for the ringside choke slam, armbar leg lock. I went too far back. And for his finishers, Haluma kick once, that's the one in the corner, brain buster, and the back suplex face buster. And for his ringside big boot 8 and the back suplex face buster. I think other than that, yeah, I just went with Kevin Nash for his other stuff. So that's Jake Lee. Now we go to Evil. By the way, shout out to the guy who made this Great Muta. That Great Muta is so cool. It's such a good Great Muta. Anyway, here's Evil. For Evil, and for every House of Torture member, you want to go with the resiliency and the ref bump. Because, unless it's Dick Togo. For Dick Togo, you want to go ref bump and low below. Or powder. Either or. For Evil, same with Jake Lee. You want to go with Powerhouse for his combos. Heavy attacks. Distance forearm smash, the hammer and sickle and double axe handle combo. Light grapple, sidewalk slam, suplex toss, the throw, eye rake, and pendulum backbreaker stretch. For the heavies, the eye rake, swinging neck breaker, eye rake again, fisherman suplex, sidewalk slam. And then for the running, it's one with clothesline, swing back elbow, neck breaker. Rear, the heavy attacks, the axe handle. And for the light grapple, the back suplex, the rear headbutt, the back rake, the lift inverted DDT, and the backbreaker drop. And for the heavy grapple, the rear chest strike, the headlock punch, back suplex facebuster, back suplex powerbomb, full Nelson slam. Corners, for face up, upper you want to roll the outlaw stomp, the face break, and the swing neck breaker. Side you want to roll the tidal wave, the arm stomp, the chokehold. The lower, low blow. Yes, we're adding low blows now. Foot DDT and the leg toss. And for the face down, the upper is the knee smash, disc punch, face scrub, elbow drop. Side, the flex and stomp the arm, the hand, so the hand cross, that's the hand bite. And for the lower, the ankle crusher, the knee smash, knee slam, and the back break. Because it's evil. You gotta go with the cheating. Corners, for the front, there we go. Overhead punch, forearm rake, and then the corner foot choke, clothesline, forearm rake, corner clothesline, cornered forearm smash, and the splash scoop slam. And for the rear, overhead punch, double axe handle, toss the ring post, snake eyes, eye gorge, and the clothesline. For the top rope front, avalanche shove, and the superplex. And for the top rope rear, back superplex, the tornado bomb. And of course, the seated, stomp, choke, pendulum backbreaker combo, and then a drop kick to the groin. That's House of Torture. For the leaning on the ropes, head punch, axe bomber, top rope choke, decapitator, forehead bite, and the corner clothesline, and the rope clothesline. Irish whips, drop down. For the rebound attacks, rebound elbow strike, pop up uppercut, and the one hand spine buster. And then for pullbacks, clothesline power slam. SIGs. Fireman's Carry, Spinebuster 2, and Sharpshooter 4. Same with ringside. And his finishers. Of course, Everything is Evil, STO2, and the low blow. Yes, I know, we're making low blows finishers. And then taunts. I just went with a bunch of middle fingers and Cena 4s. That's basically what I did for all his taunts. It's a bunch of him putting his fingers up like the House Torture do and then flipping people off. And then to end the video, I'm just going to show you this Great Muta that I found. This Great Muta, in my opinion, is my favorite creation I've found so far in this game. This is an awesome looking design for the Great Muta. And he's got 2 attires. So this Great Muta is more off the one with the mask. So you have his purple and green multicolor one for his first attire, and for his second it's his red and black. It's a sick ass looking Great Muta. And I can't wait to use them in 25. It's gonna be fun using this Muta. But anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this how to make video. I plan on making another one tomorrow, and I might make another one Tuesday. I'm looking to do an MEOW video Tuesday. Either Tuesday or Monday night. We're going to have MEOW. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the how-to video. We'll see you in the next one.